and hopefully you've come to this video out of simple curiosity rather than the fact that you need it. Please ignore the dog scratching in his crate in the background, by the way. I can't do anything about that. So 3 weeks ago, or 3.5 weeks ago now, I had an unfortunate accident on a horse. I got bucked off and I got my first broken bone. I broke my tibia in my left ankle, and I actually had to have surgery and get some screws in there, and it's been a whole fun ordeal. But I hope that this video may help some of you guys out there, because when I went to urgent care that afternoon, in pain, with a broken ankle, not able to do anything, I was handed a pair of crutches, and I had no idea what to do with them. Like, I'd never used crutches in my life. You know, I'd seen people using crutches, but I'd never used them. I didn't know what to do. So I want to give you guys 5 tips from what I've learned over 3.5 weeks on making life with crutches a little bit easier and a little bit more stable, and making you more confident in your ability to use your crutches. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is let your forearms take the weight. A lot of people are like this, and they're putting it up on their armpits, but you shouldn't do that, because when you do that, it's going to rub sores under your armpits, and you also have a lot of nerves under here, and so it's just going to get really irritated if you are rubbing it up on your armpits. So as you can see, my crutches don't even go to my armpits. They could go up a little bit higher. They say they can be about 2 inches below your armpits, but don't use your armpits to take the weight. Use your forearms to take the weight. And let me tell you guys, it's going to get sore. The first week or so, my arms were killing me because they weren't used to me using them to take my full body weight to walk. But over time, your arms will adjust. They don't hurt much anymore unless I go long distances. And you're going to avoid all those problems with your underarms. So I will show you guys now and walk back up to the camera. Use your forearms to take the weight, not your armpits. Okay, so the next tip is kind of 2 combined into 1, if you will. And that is, for better, and I'm going to go back there to show you, but I'm going to explain it here. For better stability, don't hold your crutches like closer in. The farther you have them out, about here, I find for me, you will have better stability. You don't want your crutches super close to you, because then it's going to rub against you, and you're not going to have as much stability. So have them a little bit farther out to your sides. I mean, don't be ridiculous. Don't like be walking like this, but have them a little bit farther out to your sides so that you're not like closing them in on you, and that'll affect your stability. And the other thing is start small, and I'm going to splice this video once I get done with it. I'm going to trim it into 2 parts. So I actually probably should turn the camera off. But the next thing is going to be start with smaller steps. Now that I've been using crutches for 3.5 weeks, I do the step through method, which I will show you. But in the beginning, start small so that you don't end up on your face. Hopefully you can hear me all the way back here, but I have to be back all the way back here so I can kind of demonstrate what I'm talking about with step through versus step small. And you'll also notice that my crutches are a little bit to the sides. I'm not walking like this. You know, you're going to fall over if you do that, so don't do that. But in order to show you what I mean, I'm going to turn to the side. I'm going to back up here. And now that I've been on crutches for 3.5 weeks, I'm doing the step through method, which is where I place my crutches and I step my foot through. And then, I mean, that was a little bit exaggerated to show you, but I'm stepping through the crutches. When you first get them, you're going to feel, especially if you've never used crutches before, you're going to feel kind of out of balance by doing that. You're going to feel like you're going to fall over. So when you first get your crutches, just step with them. Move them and step into them. Move them and step into them. And then, I don't recommend going backwards when you first get them either. But then when you start getting more confident with your crutches, you can move them and step through them, and that will give you a faster walking pace and it'll help, get wherever you want to go faster. But when you first get your crutches, I recommend just stepping with them and into them rather than through them, and then when you get more confident. All right, so this may look a little bit ridiculous, but we're going to talk for a minute about carrying things. Because when your arms are using crutches and your forearms are busy taking your body weight, you don't think about it until you actually are on crutches, but how the heck are you going to carry something? So this is the method that I have found works for me. And for most girls who have purses, this would work. I put my purse over, it has a shoulder strap, so I put it over my neck and behind, but instead of carrying it on my side, I kind of carry it out in front of me, and I'll back up, hang on, let me adjust the camera here. I'll back up a little bit to show you, so that it's not getting in the way of me walking with the crutches. It's completely out of the way. You know, I tried to do this at first, and then I was like, well, this isn't gonna work, it's getting in the way. So I carry it like this, and that's how I found to carry most of my stuff. You know, my phone, that chargers, anything that can fit in this purse, I'll put in it and I'll carry it like that. For guys who don't have purses, obviously, you could use a backpack, would work just as well. Just anything that you can use, that you can kind of use your body to carry and either put behind you or in front of you, so it's not on your sides and you don't need your forearms for it, will work great for carrying with crutches, because it is a pain in the butt, let me tell you. You don't think about how much you use your arms on a daily basis just to grab something. You don't think about it until you can't. And so I make a joke a lot that right now I can't walk and talk on the phone, unless it's in a pocket and headphones, because my forearms are busy walking for me. I can't use them to carry stuff. So anything like a purse or a backpack, that's not going to inhibit your movement on your sides, will work great for carrying whatever you need to take with you when you're on crutches. So for this last tip, I have changed my location a little bit. Please excuse the mess. When you're on crutches, it's kind of hard to keep up with the things that accumulate over the day. But for this last tip, I want to show you guys how I transfer from sitting down to getting up and standing up to sitting down. It's really not hard at all. I'm sure most people could figure it out, but I thought I'd show you guys anyway, since I'm already making this video. Why not add in all the helpful tips I can get? So from sitting down to getting up, and if you're going from like laying down to getting up, it's the same principle. It's just you're sitting down and then laying down and then sitting up and then getting up. But when I get up from sitting down, and it's all just going to depend on obviously which ankle is good and which one is bad. Obviously my right ankle is the good one. So I'll kind of elevate my left ankle up a little bit so it's not hitting the floor, and I'll put my right ankle square on the floor, and then I'll set my crutches up like this, and then I'll just use my forearms and my ankle to push myself up. And it's as simple as that, and I know my head's cut off. And then when I go from sitting down, it's basically just the reverse. I'll back myself all the way up to the chair. I will put all my weight on my good leg and take the weight off of the crutches, and then I'll just sit down. And like I said, it's really simple and really easy. And it takes a little bit of practice to feel confident with the stuff behind you, but once you're confident in it, it'll be a breeze. You won't even, it'll just be automatic. You won't even think about it. So that's my tip for you. So I hope this video was able to be a help for you. Being on crutches is not fun. For the first day, you might be like, besides the pain of whatever injury you've caused yourself, you might be like, this is awesome, this is so much fun. But let me tell you guys, 3.5 weeks on, I am just ready to chuck these things into the dumpster and get back to normal life. The unfortunate reality is I still have about 3 weeks to go before I go back to the orthopedic surgeon and find out if I can bear full weight on my ankle. So I hope that these tips and tricks were helpful. Make your life a little bit easier in an unfortunate circumstance, and whatever you're going through, I wish you guys fast healing and fast passage of time during this season of life, and you got this, all right? Just remember that It may be hard, it may be obnoxious, but in the end it's gonna make you stronger. You're gonna have awesome arm muscles and a great story to tell. So keep going, keep crutching, and you guys got this.